Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the new or new-ish Rare Beauty foundation along with concealer. I've actually got a couple other products, so mostly going to focus on the foundation today. I'm going to do a wear test, show you before and after, how it looks in flash photo, how it looks in natural light, and I'm going to wear it throughout the day and check in with you at the end of the day. So be sure to check below if you'd like to skip ahead. There will be timestamps. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy this type of video. I did just review the new NARS Soft Matte Foundation, and I think up next I've been still getting requests for the L'Oreal Age Perfect foundation, so let me know down below what else you would like reviewed, and if you're ever unsure if I've reviewed something, Samantha Jane plus foundation name in the YouTube description bar will give you those answers, but let's go ahead and get started. So this is Selena Gomez's makeup line, if you're unfamiliar with it. This foundation retails for $38 Canadian, which I thought was a pretty good price. I think I mentioned this, I did a full first impressions, which I will link down below, but when I purchased this, I thought I was on the American website when I saw $38 because everything is more expensive in Canada, but that is the Canadian price, which I thought was pretty good. You get a full fluid ounce in here, so that is the average size of a foundation. From what I can tell, the shade range looks pretty good, and I appreciate that they put warm and cool at the end of the shade names because it kind of helps you to get a better idea when picking out shades online. It claims to be a medium coverage foundation with a natural finish, which is my personal favorite, and they recommend it for seemingly all skin types. So today I'm going to be wearing the shade 350C. Oh my god. Interesting packaging. Don't love it. I know that it seems like, I don't know, it's kind of all over the place in terms of information. People were saying that this was made for people who had, who may have trouble opening up more traditional foundations, and then people were like, people made that up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the truth on that. They haven't said it themselves, Rare Beauty, so I'll take their lack of word for it. It comes with a big doe foot applicator, which I don't mind. And I have primed my entire face because I wore this before and I didn't really like it. So I primed my whole face today. I was told to shake it very well, so let's get into application. Lots of breakouts to cover. That's fun. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. sponge like I've been using. And if you want to see the two shades that I have, I will link that Get Ready With Me down below. I also use this shade, which is a little bit more yellow in 360W. I can't remember what shade I use in that video. But I'm actually a little bit more peachy neutral than I kind of thought I was historically. This is a little bit more neutral than I would like to go for, but with bronzer and blush and everything, the look will come together. But this definitely is not my ideal shade. And I think that means we're gonna get some decent flashback in that test. I'm using a sponge. This is the e.l.f. sponge, which will lighten the coverage a little bit. I feel like this is a foundation that you cannot put much of on, at least in my experience. I feel like this is similar to like the Bite foundation, where it was like the majority of people didn't like it. I think. I didn't actually watch a lot of reviews, but based on a lot of your comments on my last video, it seemed like a lot of people weren't huge on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take some flash photos right off the bat. Like, my skin is already textured and has a lot of acne right now, so it doesn't look great basically no matter what I put on it, but this definitely doesn't help. I feel like it enhances texture, and for something that says it's a natural finish, it almost ends up looking like a cakey matte, even though it's not cakey, it's not matte, it's not full coverage. I don't know, I just find the texture to be really off, but let me go ahead and take some photos and I will be back to put on the concealer. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on the concealer. I'm going to use the shade 330N, and this concealer says that it is medium coverage with a radiant finish, which I personally do not like when it comes to concealer. I prefer something more matte, just because I feel like the coverage is better. But the concealer comes in a ton of shades, $25 Canadian, $19 American. And it has an interesting applicator, like it's a little bit different, but I don't feel it to be, like, it's unique, but I don't feel it's any more beneficial than the other doe foots. But I generally find luminous concealers just to be too creamy on my skin, and they don't look good. They don't have that perfected look. The coverage sometimes, like medium coverage concealers, I feel like can make my under eyes look worse. Like I might as well just have nothing. It's not bad though, but it's definitely like, I wouldn't repurchase it. And I haven't really been wearing it outside of testing it. You know, that's kind of how I gauge whether things are good or not, is do I wear it just to test it, or am I wearing it because I like it? You know, this foundation concealer has definitely been a just to test it kind of range for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back with the rest of my makeup on. I did try out, which I didn't use in my Get Ready With Me. I have a mini of the cream blushes. So I tried out this mini and it's in the shade Grace, and then I used the liquid highlighter again that is in the shade Outshine, and then on my lips I really do love this shade. It is one of their matte liquid lipsticks, and this for me is just such an easy wearable shade, no lip liner or anything, in the shade Fearless. So now that I have all of my makeup on, I do think it looks really good. I didn't use any bronzer, blush, or highlight outside of the 2 cream products that I mentioned, so none of the powders. Keeping my makeup very, very simple today. I did use lightly the NYX powder foundation, so I do think things look good. It's just kind of like, there's so many good foundations out there. That I'm just not 100% sold on this one, but I will continue to wear it throughout the day. I will check back with you. Oh, sorry, the flash photos. So I actually thought it looked pretty good here in my studio lighting. There's a nice sheen to my skin. It doesn't look too greasy or flat or matte. In the flash photo test, it definitely had some kind of flashback, but I think it's also on account of the actual shade itself. That's not surprising. My body is warmer than my face anyways, and then because I put something so neutral, peachy on my face, I'm not surprised to see that result. And that's going to change, of course, when you put the rest of your makeup on, if you are taking flash photos in a, you know, pitch black room like I was. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for a couple of hours. And I just want to say as well, sorry, I know I've all over the place here, but I know, like, when I did that Kevin Aquan balm review, like, it looked so good on camera, and I'm like trying to tell people it doesn't look good in person, so it's really hard. So you kind of need to take my word for it a little bit. And it definitely looks better. I think the shaking helps it for sure, but I'm still, I don't know. So I will see you in a couple of hours. Hey guys, coming to you in some natural light. It's a bit of a dreary day out there today, but I think you can see that things look good. I feel like it has warmed up on my face a little bit, which I like, and I think it looks better now that my natural oils are starting to come through, but it doesn't look shiny. It still feels like very secure on my face. It doesn't feel like it's starting to slip around or anything. So it definitely looks better in comparison to the other times that I've worn it. It may be partially primer. It may also be the fact that I shook it. People said that that was really, really important. So yeah, it definitely looks better than it has the past few times that I have worn it, but I will check back with you at the end of the evening. So I came dangerously close to not filming the end of this video, even though I didn't do anything like different today. It just feels like I've lived 100 lives since this morning happened. I've had the foundation for almost 12 hours now, had it on for almost 12 hours. And it's fine. Like, I will say it definitely performs better than any other day that I've worn this, and I think it's because I shook it. So definitely keep that in mind if you have purchased it or you plan to purchase it. I don't recommend it though. And it's not for any reason in particular, but it's because I kind of can't really nail down who I would recommend this to. You know, I'm not like, oh, dry skin, oily skin, people looking for medium. Like, there's so many other foundations that come to mind. A whole playlist down below of my favorites. This just isn't it. I don't like the concealer. The thing I would recommend, I think, from Rare Beauty is their cream blushes. I think they're really easy to work with. They're really nice. The lip product is really nice, but it stays moussey and doesn't really dry down, and wore down even before I got to, I did eat a little bit of breakfast this morning actually, which I normally don't do, but it did pretty much wear away, which is not a huge deal to me. It's super comfortable. I love the shade, but the brown shade was really patchy. So overall, not a huge fan of Rare Beauty. I kind of went into it with no expectations. I'm not sure who I would recommend Rare Beauty to besides people who like Selena Gomez. Is that rude? Like, I don't mean it in a rude way at all. Like, if you're into her, this doesn't seem like a money grab or anything. It's just like the formulas just didn't really do it for me. I'm not super impressed, and there's just so many other things out there that I do like. So there's no like major red flag with this foundation. It's just kind of meh, you know? So, like, it did sort of lose some coverage, but it definitely didn't get patchy, which I appreciate. I'm a little bit shiny, but not really. I wasn't super active today. Yeah, it's fine, but again, I'm indifferent, leaning towards not impressed. Good price, decent shade range. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you have tried this, what you think about it. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!